Alright, just finished the tune-up on the Vr4. Went all the way down to the valve covers, took the valve covers off, changed out the lifters, the Gen 1 lifters. The oil galleys are too small, so changed them to Gen 2 lifters with a little larger oil galley, so you don't really get the tapping as much. So, took the intake off, took both valve covers off. You could see, painted the valve covers red. Took the intake plenum off, the lower intake plenum off, changed those gaskets, took the fuel line off, obviously undone the fuel injector clips. Got the injectors, sent the injectors out, got the injectors cleaned, all 6 of them. They're actually pretty good shape. I had them sonically cleaned and now they're flowing a lot better. Cleaned the fuel rail, got a new fuel line from 3SX, changed the fuel return line, and then changed the fuel filter. So most of the fuel stuff in the engine bay's done. So it's the filter, the fuel lines, the rail, and the injectors. It's still the stock fuel pressure regulator right there. I don't think that's really necessary to change. And then, so fuel's all done, ignition, did all 6 plugs, changed the plug wires, and the coils were recently changed, so I didn't change those. So the ignition was pretty much all set. And then, just cleaned up the intake plenum a little bit, painted it, changed out some rubber hoses. If you could see, these aren't OE breather lines. I put my own PCV valve. They're basically, I took them off and they just all crumpled apart. They snapped apart. And I don't really think you need OE lines for the PCV, so I just put my own one there. That goes from the intake plenum vacuum to the front cover, and the front cover connects to the rear cover, and then the rear cover connects to the intake. You can't really see it, but the intake right there. Those are all, all my own lines. And then, did all the gaskets, new gaskets for the lower, upper, and then changed out a couple of the vacuum lines. Those weren't too bad. And I put it all together. I did have a vacuum leak. Turned out it was a throttle body gasket. It was just installed wrong. It could go on 4 different ways, but there's only one right way. So I just changed that out, and now it's running right. It's running good. I don't think there's any leaks. The idle might be a little high, but I'll adjust that another time. So yeah, first project tune-up's done. I think I'm going to try and do the clutch next. So I got to take this all apart again. But I wanted to make sure it was running before I moved on to the second project. All right, cool.